All right, welcome to the team meeting for July 2019 for the Firework Organization. We are getting ready. Everyone is either filling out their name tag, their stats card, entering raffles, filling out what they brought to share, to eat. And here in the kitchen, we're getting ready to do a little overview on, and there's Laura. We're gonna do a quick overview on the indoor outdoor grill because it is one of the guest specials this month. So as you guys come on in, come over this way and we'll get started. So I've got the grill heated so that we can get moving on. So one thing I learned from my husband when it comes to red meat is you should not put like stone cold red meat on the grill. You should definitely let it sit out for a little while before you put it on the grill. So we are going to be using the Korean barbecue rub, and the difference between a rub and a marinade is that a marinade you're supposed to let the meat sit in or the vegetables sit in, but with a rub you just put it on, you can cook it immediately. There's no like waiting period. So with this recipe, when you Google it on the Pampered Chef website, if you start typing the word Korean and then when it drops down you can either pick product or recipe, hit recipe, and it's the second or third one down. So it's just Korean barbecue beef. And you could do it with chicken. When Casey and I first tried this out, I think we had chicken and beef.
I don't remember. It was so long ago.
It was a really long time ago, but I remember liking the flavor of the beef better.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think the Korean tastes better on the beef, whereas chicken, I like other flavors better.
Like it broke in your grill, wasn't it?
Yes, this is when we broke in my grill. So right now I'm using it in the indoor setting. I'm really hoping it doesn't set off this fire alarm right here. It's up the stairwell. If it does, we'll open a window and a door. But I've got it plugged in. I turned it on high, and I had the lid on. I also had the vent closed. That's warm. To keep everything inside like hot and going. So now that I'm getting ready to put things on, I'll just, use a tool to open that, vent that a little bit. And then we're gonna set this aside. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna grab my shears. You could grab shears, you could grab a knife, whatever you want, and cut this into strips. So Korean barbecue. Has anybody been to a Korean barbecue restaurant? No. Okay, I have only been to one here recently. Mary, what was your experience there?
Well, that's what you're doing right now. It's all the meatless.
All the meat is tiny.
Yep.
Little strips. All the meat. So whether it's chicken, beef, pork, something unidentified. I remember when I went with my friend who is Asian, I was like, you just order for me and I will eat whatever comes out, because I had some of the words I had no idea what they were. I was like, is that chicken, beef? I don't know. So I'm just gonna kind of cut it, and when I get to the center ones, I'll cut them kind of in half so they're all kind of about the same length. And I just went to the grocery store section today and went and just got a sirloin, and I am not a good picker-outer of meat, but this one was not as marbly, and so I thought, okay, well, for what we're doing, I don't want a lot of marbling in some of these smaller pieces. Like if it was going to be like I was going to eat this whole steak, I might pick something different. Now for a show, this might be a little bit more costly for your host. You guys can come this way so you can see. I know you're good, but if they want to come this way, I know you're like your. But you can. This steak right here cost me $15. It was. I don't remember how many. It's a pound and a half. So that might be something a little bit costly for your host, but maybe she doesn't care because she really wants to try out the recipe anyway. So this is a good recipe or a good way to show off the grill. I also have done showing off of the grill at a cooking show, but we just did chicken that then went into like a chicken bruschetta pasta that Laura has brought the zucchini pasta to share with us tonight. So if you wanted to just do that as opposed to using your grill pan, you could do that too. And you guys can always borrow my products. I have a revolving door on my front porch. If you're like, hey, I have a show and I'd like to use the grill, let me know and I'll put it out for you. All right, so I've got this just cut into whatever strips, and then I'm gonna take my non-rub hand or non-beef hand and just cover it with rub. And I'm actually, Mary, will you open that? I am not very conservative when it comes to my rubs, and I do not measure. So I usually just kind of do like this. Now this one has a couple chunks in it. Oh, wow. All right, so we're gonna cover this up, and then I'm just gonna kind of move them around to get the other side. So like I was saying, you don't have to let a rub sit for any length of time, like a marinade. because that's the nature of a rub. You're rubbing it on. All right. Does anybody have this grill?
Yes.
Yes. What have you used it for?
Hamburgers, steaks.
That's it.
That's it. Okay.
And hamburgers and steaks.
And did you? Oh, hamburgers and steaks. And did you use it inside or outside?
Outside on my back porch.
I used mine to make mashed potatoes.
Really?
Did you?
Yes,
Do
well, my
tell.
sister-in-law had a gas stove, and she had a gas leak. So they turned off her gas, and she was out for like a month with no gas. So I took the grill over there, and we put the pot on top. But you have to use pot holders because the whole pot gets really, really hot. But yeah, we boiled the water and made mashed potatoes.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
That's a really good
So
idea.
it comes in handy.
So like you could make mashed potatoes if you were RVing or camping or
Yeah.
you know like that. All right. All right. So the grill is meant to be a very social environment. So like if we were all sitting here like cooking together, so like at the Korean restaurant, fitting you all kind of like it's all in the middle and you all serve like that. Kind of like just family style dining or whatever. But they cook it all like in front of you. And right now, if you look at this at an angle, you can see the red of the heating element is hot. Can you see it if you look kind of like down into the slits? So the heating element is hot, and that's what the heat is transferring into the grate so that it gets hot. Now, when you're using this outdoors, what you're going to do is you'll take this whole piece apart. So like this piece comes off that way, and then inside that piece comes out that way. And you'll take the whole heating element out, and then you can do the charcoal thing. I am not great with charcoal, but if you're doing a campground style thing, that may be something that you like to do. There's
I
also
to plug in outside.
yes, because you can do that because like we have an outlet outside, so you can do that too.
In most campgrounds, too.
Yes, most campgrounds do too. So if you don't want to mess with charcoal and lighter fluid and all that stuff, you can do it that way. There's also a drip tray, so if you guys look underneath, there's a drip tray. I don't feel like this is going to drip too much. Right. But there is a couple dessert recipes. I remember the same day Casey and I did this. Didn't we do like a grilled peach
And
nachos?
Oh
Like on
my God,
cinnamon
that was
chips?
so good. Oh my God.
And like some kind of a drizzle we put on
White
it,
chocolate
and like
drizzle.
whipped cream. So you could definitely do something sweet and something savory. If you want to do shows like that, like if you live in an RV type place, you could get a second grate, kind of like how we have a second inner pot, so that when you took this grate off, you wouldn't have to wash a hot grate to then put fruit on it.
I love that idea.
Okay, so that's a really good idea. So if you ever have a show that's like you need to bump up, or you have somebody who's not using a half price item, that's a great thing to do, is to get another grate for yourself. And then, or there's some people who don't want to mix chicken and beef. Like my husband's very particular when he grills outside. He even uses different tongs. I bought him 2 sets of Pampered Chef tongs and flippers, so that if he wants his chicken on one side and his beef on the other, they don't touch. Whatever. So this only needs like 2 or 3 minutes aside. Red meat, as you guys are probably aware, is a meat that doesn't have to be cooked all the way through, even though all the little menus have that star that say you should cook everything all the way through. Like chicken and pork, we definitely want to make sure that's all the way through. But I have my inside kitchen tongs. And so I'm just gonna flip it.
That is fabulously nonstick.
Yeah, so there's a little tension, like I can feel a little bit on there.
And you didn't treat it with anything.
Just the rub. So it
Love
doesn't have any oil.
Well, you
now.
didn't treat the grill with
Right.
anything.
So like that's a little sticky, but it gave it some nice charcoal or like grill lines.
It has beautiful marks on it, I was
Yes,
going to say.
and doesn't it smell good?
It smells great.
So also when you use something that is oil-based, oil has a high smoke. So like if you've ever used, anything in your own kitchen when you're on the grill or the stovetop and you've got oil on like veggies and you put it in a hot pan and it steams up really fast, that's just because of the nature of the oil. It's a little bit thicker piece. Let's put that back in the middle. So we'll just keep moving this around. So like if you were all sitting around the table, like this would be a fun, like see how we can all be social like this?
Mm-hmm.
My husband usually gets quarantined outside by himself. Now maybe he doesn't mind that, but that's why I don't like to grill, because I like to be inside socializing with everybody else. So this is one way that keeps it all social without having to send somebody out like in the 100-degree temperature or whatever.
Yeah.
And they can do it this way.
Yeah.
So what other ideas do you guys have for this?
You could definitely do chicken. You could do chicken tenders,
Kebabs.
I love that idea.
S'mores.
I've always wanted to grill pineapple.
Pineapple. Grilled pineapple is so good.
And doesn't the Rock have like a
cover that you could use, not a cover, but you know, a flat.
Okay,
The grill
so
pan?
this hand is dirty, so let me just.
There you go.
So this fits perfectly on there for if you wanted to do like bacon and eggs, you know, because eggs would fall through.
right.
So you can do that. Now we also have this,
Right.
right? So you've got the grill mat, so that would fill it all the way over there, especially for things delicate like fish.
Mm-hmm.
This would be really good to use the fish.
Or
So when you
veggies.
initially get this, it comes with 2 grill mats, I believe, and the tray, and then you can just a customer can reorder just the mats.
Okay.
So, and I think it's like $10 for 2 more.
So, and Tiffany, just for the people that don't know, that is the grill mat,
Yes.
the rock crop grill mat. And what was the first item that you pulled up?
Okay, so the first one was the rock crop grill stone,
The rock crop grill stone.
and then that other one is the grill mat.
Awesome. So the
So-
grill stone for like eggs and bacon, the grill mat for more delicate things like that.
Yes. So here, if you guys want to pass them around and kind of put your hands on them, I know I have to look and see.
The rock pot that has the clear glass top.
Yes. Yes. So all rock crops can go in 6 different places. They can go on the stove top, in the oven, in the broiler, microwave, grill, and dishwasher. Okay, so grills, rock crock material is safe to 752 degrees. All right. So I don't think anybody's cooking at that temperature, but just in case you were.
What you do there, yo-yo?
Yeah, so like the
There we
first time
go.
you play with it, you're like, how does this kind of go together? Ah, woo, ooh la la.
We got a
Look
new
at
woman in
Stacy.
the house. What is that? Yeah, can you talk about my-
Beautiful.
Okay, I just want to show you guys this.
Yeah, you want to hold it up
So
to
this
there?
is the
Except I haven't done a summer yet, like,
grill mat,
So that.
and it lifts. You can see how it lifts
Yes.
off.
So
And this
it's
is what
kind of
Tiffany was saying would
equivalent
be
to
great
like
for
a
more
grill.
delicate things like
So
fish.
as long as you have a
or
big
you
enough
could do
burner,
veggies on it.
whereas like
I
the
sauteed,
circle one, I
I
think nobody
sauteed
has a burner that
asparagus
big.
the other night,
So I
last
usually
night,
order, even though
actually.
it is
and
fantastic,
I could have done it on the
recommend
grill.
putting that
Grilled
on.
asparagus is fantastic.
But that one works
Some of
perfect
our,
on the
you
stove.
might
Like,
see
if
some
you wanna
recipes
do
around this
something
time of year that
like
call
you
for like
don't have
grilled
a grill,
romaine,
you
and
have
this would be
that.
perfect for that.
I never thought about using that as a griddle on the stove top.
Yeah,
And then this is
especially because
the,
you usually
grill
have a
stone,
big burner.
and this is the one she was saying would be
So
great
it's
for
the
like
same
eggs and
size,
bacon.
say, and I don't, we
If
don't
you're-
sell a single
I
burner
mean,
anymore.
perfect if you're camping out.
So I don't have it
Um,
anymore.
Yeah, it sounds like-
So
That's one
I'm
thing I
saying
love
grab
about
it, but we
Pampered
don't
Chef
I don't
items
have
is
it
that
there
they're so
anymore.
great for camping.
And
So
then I'm not
this
a
is
real good
for,
judge of like
I mean, that would be great even for
if the
burgers
meat
too.
is
If you
medium
didn't
or
want
well,
a
so
lot of grease like
I'm just
dripping
kinda
down
eyeballing it.
into the
But it
pan.
says, like,
It's
2 to
9
3
inches
minutes
if you're
aside.
wondering the size.
This is a little bit thicker than when you and I did it. When you and I did it, was it already stripped?
It was already struck.
It was really skinny too.
You bought them pre-cut.
Kind of like it is in the Korean restaurant. They are really,
They're
really
really
skinny. Almost like, I'm trying to think of, like fried rice skinny or something. I don't even
Stir
know.
fry kind of.
Stir fry, yes.
Well, if they're boxing, like when you get a box.
Yes. So this was a big fat steak, and I was like, I was looking at the ribeyes and the strips and all that, and I'm like, this steak looks pretty. I'm gonna do this one. All right. So if you guys want, while this is still cooking, go in there, grab a plate, fill your plate up with whatever you want, and then we'll get some of this on the platter for you guys, and I'll clean up my mess. Yes, there is some metal utensils right there, serving utensils. If you see, there is a spoon. I think there's a spoon and a fork, maybe.
You bring a pie. Do you have a pie?
Pie server. Oh, it must be in my kit. So, oh no. Yeah, it must be in my kit. Mia, that's okay. You go. Okay, what you got?
I like your haircut. Sassy. I did. I like it.
I'm glad you guys are still with us here on the people that are on TV or on the video here. It smells really good. All right, so let me I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna open. Let's see. Oh yeah, these are done. I just opened a big piece, and they're all. That one was kind of. Turn that off. All right, I'm gonna bring you guys over so you guys can see. There's our barbecue, Korean steak and so, and the grill is gonna be cooling down. So you can see there's some grill marks or some little bits left over, and but that'll clean up really easy. All right, so let me take you guys into here so you can. There you go. Oh yes, please. All right, they're taking pictures of all the meals so you guys can see it. Smells good in here. Okay, so everybody's getting a little bite to eat. And so I'll walk them around here. I'll come between Laura and Jen. So we've got mini no-bake cheesecakes. Are they able to see that? Yes. And then over here we have pineapple pie that took Mary, she said 8 minutes to put together, 7 minutes before this morning. And then we've got a pressure cooker recipe here, quick cooker recipe that is chicken.
Honey sesame chicken.
Honey sesame chicken and rice. So Mia was very excited to know that you were bringing chicken and rice because she just asked me today at the grocery store, can we have that thing that Cheryl made last time? And I was like, I think that was her adobo recipe. All right, and then over here we've got bruschetta pasta with some zucchini. We've got Mom's apple crisp. That recipe is older than dirt from Pampered Chef. That was like, it used to come on a use and care card with one of the bakers, I remember. And then of course the Korean beef. So
Found that Mom's crisp right on the website.
yeah, right on the website. That's a good one. So we'll come back in here. It's a little smoky from my grill because I didn't have, oh, I should have put my exhaust on. That's what I should have done. All right, we're gonna get you guys hooked up to the TV.
$2 for one, 5 for 3, 10 for 10. And you get one more if you're active.
Okay, now you guys are on the big screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share our screen. And we will go into that way.
What's over here with you, lady?
I don't know. Please work, please work, please work, please work.
We don't have Jessica tonight?
No, she's got babysitter issues. All right, so. All right, so while everybody comes in, we'll just leave the little cover. Oh, I forgot to change it to July. First mistake. Let's see how many mistakes y'all can find. Oh, Lord. And if you didn't notice, we have a plethora of styrofoam cups. I will be giving everybody a sleeve to take home if you like. Because my family business is closed and I have 2,000 styrofoam cups in the garage.
Wow.
And much to my environmentalist dismay, styrofoam is bad for the environment.
Right.
However, when I was a kid and I questioned my father about his cup choices, he said styrofoam keeps drinks cold longer. Paper cups, bottom falls out.
Don't let Drew find out if you add gasoline to styrofoam, you make napalm.
Stop it. Oh my God, that's all we need. Drew also recently put, you know the little salsa bowls at the Mexican restaurants? Mm-hmm. One might have come home in a takeout container once, twice, 3 times. And the other day I came down and he was putting cheese dip in one in the microwave. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what are you doing? He's like, well, I already did it once. Okay. So welcome to the July meeting. Let's see if I can make this go forward. Awesome. Here we go. All right. So we've got some new beautiful faces here. So even though Mary wasn't here last time, this is Mary's first meeting. And then Donna joined in the month of June. So you see her beautiful face in the center. Danny joined in the middle of the month and she's in Florida. And then Jennifer joined is a virtual consultant that joined, and I actually can't remember where she's from. So we're gonna have Donna and Mary come up to the front.
Who's on with us?
What's that?
Who's on?
Oh, we've got Bree is on, Liz is on, and Gia is on.
Hi, everybody.
So come on up, Donna and Mary. And I'll give you each one of these.
I don't know why my mic isn't working, but
So what this is, oh, can they see? I guess they can't really see us.
yeah, we can't really see.
Let me turn you this way because you're kind of focusing on the screen right now. But so this is okay. So this is the key to your store. How exciting it is to start your very own business. Just picture yourself opening the doors to your new store. You must be so thrilled. Have you told everyone about it? How many customers will walk through your doors? That depends on how you coach your hosts. How much future business will you have? How many bookings will you get? Will your business grow? Will you need to recruit help? That depends on whether you share this opportunity with others. How many hours a week is your business open? Whether it's full-time, part-time, or just a hobby, you will treat it like a real store with real walls and real hours. Oh, I didn't fumble. If your store is low on sales or customers, what any other store owner would do, have a sale advertise and spread the word that your store is here and open for business. You are in business for yourself, but not by yourself. You have an amazing team here to support you. Every time you look at your key, remember that you have the ability to change lives starting with your own. So you can put that like on your keychain or your bag or whatever. And we're gonna look at Casey and you're gonna come this way and we're gonna take a picture. Yay!
I'm Sarah.
Cheryl, do you want to come in and take a picture? Okay. I know it's happening. Okay. All right. So there is our new peeps. Yes. Yay. Awesome. So glad you guys are here. Okay. And then we've got our team sales. We did together as a team 20,194. That's pretty awesome. Our number of shows, we blew that goal out of the water because our goal was 35 and we did 48. And then we have our 3 new team members. We did pretty well.
Do you have another mistake?
June. Yes, this is June sales.
Oh, okay.
Even though we're in July, we're reviewing June.
Sorry. My mistake.
There you go. We're pampered, not perfect. Okay, so here is what our banner looks like at the end of the month, so you can see everything together. So every month I change the banner to kind of reflect our goals. You've got our new people across the center. I think this month I picked sons. And then we've got where our goal is 64 new consultants by the end of the year. And here is our little board where we're tracking that. For our 64, we've got our 31 little Mickey heads all on here. And we've got like who had them join the team, and then their name, and then the date they joined, and then we put stars on them as they qualify. So I need to add some stars tonight once we get to that. And then we've also done almost 125,000 towards our goal of 300. So I think after like the sales that have gone in already today, like this is probably closer to 130. I think already, because I think like there was a couple of big shows that have gone in here this week. So we haven't even hit the height of the selling. That really heights up in like October and November, where everybody is busy. It seems like the business is really busy too. So our goal is set for 300. And then here is some stand-up recognition. So if you'll grab by Jen, we've got our clappers. So you can clap for these as we go through them. Jen can take one and pass it around. Thank you, thank you. All right, so if you've had a coaching call or training call with me in the past month, let me hear you shake. Awesome. All right, and you remember that's counts as a do and tell. Who's experienced Facebook jail? Am I the only one?
I can't believe it.
I know there's some people over here messaging. Casey, Jessica's been in jail. I know Bree's been in jail. Who's taking a PC training course in Pampered Chef University? Cheryl, share your, I know you posted about it last night, but share one of your takeaways on something. Because I think you did 2 different courses.
No, I did one course and then the other
Was that Coffee Talk?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so share something that maybe everybody has.
They were saying with the recruiting, I did recruiting training, and it said ask everybody because you don't know what their situation is.
Right.
So that was one of the big
Yes. That's awesome. All right, so who has made 10 contacts in the past month? Okay, so the new standard is like 40 a week. Okay, because so many people don't even respond. Okay, so out of 10, you will get 7 who don't even respond to you. And then you will get 3 that do respond, and from that 3, you may get 1 booking. So that's why we were saying 40 a week, because then we want you to have 4 shows for the next week. Because a virtual consultant should be doing about 12 to 16. We say schedule 16 because of the flocks that are in there. So you're submitting 12 a month. Okay, so 10 is very, very minor. So if you were not even at 10, that should be something to think about going forward. Plus, that counts as a book do and tell. When you do kind of I call it binge booking, when I sit there and like message 40 people at a time. Even though they don't want you to feel like you're like anxiously trying to get people, like it should just be like an ongoing thing, like spread it out. But a lot of times I know with my timing, I have to do 40 in a period of time because of whatever else is going on in your life. So I'm still a binge booker. Anybody do a new consultant interview or chat this month with someone that you're thinking about joining your team? Not, yes, Cheryl?
Yeah, I've talked to a couple people. They're still
On the fence?
Yeah.
That's all right. And then we'll go over some strategery with that in a few minutes. Who's added a new team member? So Cheryl has welcomed Donna. And then anybody go live recently? Ladies, thank you so much. What did you learn from going live? Mary's chewing, you can go live.
Going live is great because it allows you to self-critique.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely. Plus, the more you go live, the less inhibited you become about going live.
I agree.
And it's just natural.
Very good.
So, yeah.
All right, Mary, what did you learn from
I
last
actually
time?
got more feedback from going live than just posting, which
Yes.
is really nice. And not just on my Facebook stuff, but people were texting me like, "Oh, I love that." And I had gone through last night and listed all the products that I used, and they ate that up. Like people were texting me, like, "Oh my gosh, that's really cool."
Oh, nice. So you did your video and then you put what you used.
Then I put what I used underneath it. Yeah.
Awesome. That's a great idea. Anybody listen to a coffee talk? I know Cheryl said she did for hers. Donna, you listened to one too for your challenge. Which one did you listen to? You don't have to remember who was in it, but okay. I know there's a lot of them. And what did you take away from one takeaway?
I was watching so much stuff last night. Exactly.
Who knows what coffee talk is? Where is it, Casey?
Coffee Talk is
Or what? I'm sorry, I meant to say when is it, and then you can say what is.
it's Saturday at 9 a.m.
Yes, I think it is 9.
and it's about 30 minutes. The first 10, 15 minutes is a bunch of recognition from everybody who wants to chime in. And the last 15 to 20 minutes is really awesome training from consultants that are in the business. It's not a home office organized thing. It's just a group of consultants that get together and want to have continuous training. And you call in on the phone and you sit there listening. You don't even have to talk. You can listen to it while you're in the shower. It's actually really good training, and you can catch the feedbacks too if you miss it.
Yeah, they're all recorded. All right, Donna, what'd you find?
About how to over-invite for the parties.
Yes, over-inviting is very important.
Make sure that you actually call the host up and talk to her at
Mhm.
least once so that you talk through
Yes,
what to expect, and then maybe encourage her to carry extra invites around with her to pass.
I like that one. Yeah. So how many of you hosted a show before you became a consultant? Okay, I did not. So I had no idea. I was trying to learn both of those things at the same time. So if you've never hosted an in-home party of any kind before, you don't know what you don't know. So that's why having that phone call to kind of explain, like, you know, I finally had to like put into my routine to say I needed a sturdy surface. You think that'd be common sense, right? After a couple coffee table experiences, nobody wants to work on their knees. All right, that's very bad on the back. And so I finally put in there I needed like a kitchen table or a dining room table, and I actually realized I don't prefer card tables. They're not, trying to do a food chopper on a card table is not fun, okay? It's just, you feel like you're beating it to death. So, you know, those little things like that, they don't know that they need that until you talk to them about it. All right, so let's talk about be in the know. So green by Green by 15 deadline is the 15th. What day is the 15th this month?
Monday.
Monday. All right. So we have until Monday to go green. Our goal is to have 20 consultants green by the 15th of the month, and then there will be a cash prize when there is 20. And so all those people who are green, 20 and above, all those people will go into a cash drawing. Our virtual recipe night is the last Tuesday of the month, and I think you handed the baton to Bree. Bree's doing that. Bree's doing that
I
next
don't know
month.
that she's definitely doing
Okay.
it, but it was kind of our little
It was
inside joke.
yes, your inside joke. That Bree and Laura have been doing it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And just so you are reminded, anyone who wants to practice their virtual presence is welcome to do a recipe night. There's really no hard agenda. You can do whatever you want. And then, like Laura said, it has gotten her more confident in front of the camera by doing it for consultants. And then we can help you constructive criticism or congratulations or whatever you need. And then we have our annual family. So that is not a typo. That means friends and family team meeting is 8/6. So instead of being the second Tuesday, it is the first Tuesday because of a vacation I had previously scheduled. And this is the meeting where you bring your kids, you bring your loved ones, you bring your spouse, you bring a sister, you can bring whoever you want. We get chicken we get like big tenders from Walmart. Everybody brings picnic sides to share. And we go, hopefully by then I'll have all of our new products from conference. And so we get to see all of that and get all excited. So Casey already went over what Coffee Talk is. There is a group that they just kind of remind you who's coming up on there. If you need to be in that group, we have that. Happy Half Hour is the opposite Monday. So if you think about a month having 4 weeks, let's discard those random months that have 5. You either have a team meeting or so it goes Coffee Talk, team meeting, Coffee Talk, recipe night.
Not coffee.
I'm sorry. Happy Half Hour. Yes, wrong beverage. So Happy Half Hour, team meeting, Happy Half Hour, recipe night is basically what it looks like in a 4-week period. So you have those training opportunities. And then home office, always on their main Paper Chef events, will have an opportunity event where they have someone who does a webinar about the business side of things. So if you have people who are interested, you can add them. And then with the other leaders I coordinate with, we do a look and learn, and I'm waiting on them for the date, but it's usually the last Monday of the month. And then save the date still for National Conference. It is not too late to get your butt on a plane. Okay, we have a room for you. We can slide you in there somewhere. Registration is only $99 for every consultant that is under 1 year of joining the business. So it is a great deal. And then every Tuesday is the stir. Who's already gotten the stir today? I got mine, and they're revealing how they are redoing. The biggest thing I took away from it is they're redoing marketing imagery to make it easier for you to find stuff. So that they're still keeping everything in party packs, but then you can go in there and search an item number or search a product.
Oh, no way.
Yes, and then it will come up. Wasn't that much easier than going, which party pack was that in?
Exactly.
Okay, so you want to make sure you save that and look at that. Spend a little time looking at that so you can see that. All right, so there are all your save the dates on the side with your recipe nights. With your team meetings on one side, your recipe nights on the other night. And then we'll always remind you if something was to change, but these are pretty good for the rest of the year. And then let's talk about home office updates. So how many of you know about the monthly focus? Yeah? Okay, so when you scroll down when you first go to the Paper Chef homepage and you scroll down kind of below where your sales and your shows start to show, that's where you're going to find the monthly focus. So they go over booking, selling, and recruiting, much like we do here at the team meeting. They go over some things that are seasonal. They're right there on the homepage, or you can use that link. And then it provides you with inspirations. A lot of times there's videos from other consultants on there. Like right now, one of the ones that we have for tonight is Danielle from Florida is on there right now. And it reduces your need to look at multiple places. So it's kind of like a one-stop shop for everything you need to know in the month is in the monthly focus. So that's a nice little area for you. All right, and then as you can kind of see, we're kind of focusing on outdoor entertaining by using that grill tonight and some of our new summer products and cooking outside, serving outside, whatever you're focusing on, keeping the house cool, even if I turn on my exhaust fan. And, there's so many different things you can do with those bowls. the sides and then the desserts. I don't know if I shared a picture, and I think it was on my customer group. Somebody used the large bowl and did the trifle because we don't sell a trifle bowl anymore. They did the strawberry, like one of the berry trifles for 4th of July in that. Then it stayed nice and cold, and then they can put the lid on it. One thing I did want to say is I haven't seen nobody of you guys, if anything, but Casey, will you go into the dining room where mine is sitting on top of the cooking for book sign, one of my, just grab one of them real quick. This question came up, and I was thinking, I have not heard anybody say this yet. There is a gasket inside the lid that kind of keeps it kind of like sat down on there. And I think
locks it in place.
Yeah, so unless you're looking for it, I don't think you would even realize, like I had to go look at my lids. So inside the lid, it is a gray thing. Do you see it kind of like all the way around? Just double check if you have ordered them or you earned them, just double check to make sure your gasket is in there. I think people were overlooking the fact that they were thinking it was on the outside as opposed to the inside of the lid. So if for some reason, just double check to make sure you have the gasket. Because I think what came up is the gasket comes up as a replacement part if you're looking for replacement parts. And they were like, oh my God, I didn't get one. And I think it was kind of a...
I never even noticed until they said something.
Yeah, I never noticed. And I was like,
I thought it was part of the design.
Yeah. I just thought it was a ridge in the lid. But there is a gasket in there to help with the suction.
It didn't make sense.
Yeah, so just look at yours now that you know where the little gasket is. Make sure you have one. All right, so they not only are they doing an overview on marketing imagery, they're also doing an overhaul of Consultants Corner. So, which is cool on my end because I've seen Consultants Corner go through so many transitions to go from a strictly computer-based to now mobile friendly to now even more mobile friendly because they realize so many people are using it from their phone or their tablet or they don't even own a computer that they want to make sure that you can see it. So there's a couple things that are going away. I don't think you're going to miss any of these things. You know, freezer meal workshops, you can still, like there's still people that have access. Like I still have a lot of that stuff that I saved. Has anybody in here ever done a press release? I've never done one in all my years with Pampered Chef. Well, actually, I'm not a $1 million seller anyway, but, and then if you're using any of these labels or whatever, which I don't think anybody's really using any of these. So this stuff is going to go away, but I wouldn't be scared about that. And then, like I said, about conference is still coming. We've got Casey, Bree, Cheryl, Gia, and Danny going. Danny's a brand new consultant, and she's like, okay, I'm going to go.
That's great.
Okay. So she bought her plane ticket last week. We got her in a room. We got all situated. And we're going to have some fun. So Gia, who's, I don't know if Gia's still on or if she dropped off, has never been away from her children for this long. So this is like, I think when we took her to the OBX was the longest she'd ever been at 2 days. And now this is going to be like 3 or 4. So
she stayed an extra night for us.
Yeah, she's staying an extra night. So Casey and I are taking Cheryl and Gia down to the pier for some fireworks. But so we do have we play hard and we work hard while you're at conference. So it's like you'll need to sleep when you come home.
I just like to play hard at
Yes. We won't take any live videos of Casey. But last year we went on the carousel with one of our friends who was afraid of heights.
Oh my God!
Remember
yes.
Becky? Yeah, she was totally afraid of heights, and we were like, it's okay. Like,
and they were like, there's a spider.
Yeah, there was a spider inside the little like enclosed thing. But so last team meeting, we had everybody go through and update what their goals were. So I'm gonna hand these back around. Look to see if yours is in here, and grab it, and kind of write by the June numbers what you actually did. Okay, and see how you're doing. I mean, I thought I had some extra ones in here for Mary and Donna, so let me look. If I didn't, I'll get them. But I thought I had them in here. Maybe I lied. Oh, wait a minute, is that it? No. Okay, I lied. I thought I had extra, because I remember handing out extras last meeting. So anyway, we'll figure that out. So update those and then hand those back in because those are my copies. All right, so now we're going to go over the 3 areas of that Pampered Chef likes to focus on. So not only will you find this in the monthly focus, but you will find this at the monthly team meeting where we give you guys strategies for booking, sellings, and recruiting. And I'm going to give you all, if you like to write, who would like a handout to write notes on?
Me.
All right.
Thank you.
I don't want to force you to write if you're not a writer. you want to write? Do y'all want to write? Note sheet? Nope, note sheet. Nope. Taking notes. You got a notebook? All right. So every time we get together for this, we always have 3 sections: booking, selling, and recruiting. So that's training 1, 2, and 3. We kind of went over some of the announcements already. We'll do some recognition and then your takeaway so that you can have like a kind of a plan of action after your training. So the first one is bookings. And who's doing bookings? I can't remember. Casey's doing bookings. All right. So Casey, you're up.
So when you book a party this month, does anybody know what the bonus is for having a July party before the 15th? Stacey.
I'm frozen.
Yes. So when you have a cooking show, virtual party, catalog party, anything, and you submit it between now and the 15th of July, your host will get an extra free product from Pamper Chef, and it's the s'mores fondue set. So I actually put a pick a number game out there the other week for people to comment on, and then as I was offering them an incentive, this was like an extra incentive. If you book now and we do your party this week, you can get this as well. Hosts are getting huge savings on all of our favorite grilling products. Tiffany showed us the awesome indoor-outdoor grill, which I don't have one, and every time I see it, I'm like, why don't I have one of these yet?
And of course, the one I'm supposed to give you arrives tomorrow.
Oh, good. And then we have the awesome summer fresh and fun party theme. Does anybody use that party theme, or are we all still using the group?
I pulled pieces from it.
I haven't looked at it. But you can go to consult.
I've used it before.
Party packs.
What was that?
I used it.
Liz uses it. Yep.
Do you like it, Liz? Are you getting good feedback on it?
I've only ran one party with the whole thing, but I've kind of taken pieces from it. I used it for my mom. She liked it. I tweaked it for her to make it a little bit more personal, but I got like a $400 party from her.
Awesome.
Excellent. Yeah, that's great.
Awesome. All right. So make sure you know that your July promos are 60% off. What else is on there? We have the double burner grill pans on there. Rock Crock's on there? I don't think Rock Crock's on there.
Yeah, there's a Rock
Is there a
Crock.
Rock Crock on there?
Cheryl had to do that for homework. You had to research the 5 products for one of our happy half hours. I can't remember what.
She forgot.
Pressure's on.
But a party is when you submit $200 or more, is when you can get your host discounts.
So let me, I'm going to interrupt you real quick. I had a customer around Christmas time who really wanted the double burner grill pan, and maybe it was actually the first of the year. And I was like, do you want to have a party to get that? And she was like, no, I'm just going to buy it. I don't even want to deal with it. I was like, but if you're going to spend the cost of the pan and the 2 presses is what, $260, I want to say. Mm-hmm. I was like, why don't we spend $260 and do a party? And then because I was like, well, what's your budget? And so she's like, well, I'm willing to spend $400. And I was like, all right, let's just put it in as a show and then get it 60% off. Yeah. So if there's somebody who wants to buy, that's on your list of a grill pan, they might as well do their own show and pick out other products to go with it, like the tongs and the rubs and things like that, and do their own show.
Yeah. I had somebody reach out to me as we were exchanging, and she said that she has some things that she wants to get, and can she place an order? And I said, well, I haven't thought about having a party. And because she knows she wants to buy some stuff, and she's like, well, it doesn't hurt. So we're working on her right now. So next slide.
And Rock Crocks are.
It's the Rock Crocks, right?
The grill set, everyday pan, and the grill stone.
Okay.
And the grill set. Okay, cool. So not everyone's on vacation in July. A lot of people are doing staycations because we are planning our budgets. But there's a lot of people that are living their lives outside, and we can cater parties to being in the outdoors. There are plenty of consultants out there who do chill and grill parties by the pool. You can take your cool and serve products out by the pool. So we have a lot of outdoor products that we can use and showcase for picnics and barbecues. And then even if you're going to an event yourself, that's not necessarily a Pamper Chef party, but you can promote yourself with the products that you bring. This is the post that I did at the end of June to scavenge up some July parties. I stole this from Jessica Bancroft, actually. No idea where the picture came from, but we're all aiming for Disney right now, so I was like, this is perfect. And I used my words. I said, I'm feeling generous. I'm giving away Pamper Chef products. Pick number 1 through 6 and see what you can stack from me. I don't go into details on how you get your product, what you have to do until the person has picked their number. And then I will message that person and I'll like their comments, so I kind of keep track of who I've talked to, and it also to help promote and boost up my posts so other people can see it too. So on the next page, I've actually added these pictures in through Canva. These are just products that I picked. I like to stick around the $25 to $20 products because when you add it on 20% off, it's $20 out of my pocket, and a $200 party is $40 in commission. So that's just kind of where I stick in my ballpark, and I like kind of raising the bar on the products. And so a lot of the words have been from past posts that we have all done in the past. Like your pick lucky number 2, which means you've won, or number 1, which means you've won the wine tumbler. It's totally free to have a virtual party because right now I'm just trying to get some virtual parties. I don't have the commitment to do in-home parties. Husband's schedule's crazy, mine's crazy. But I let them know, say, look, it's easy, it's free, it doesn't cost you anything to try it. And you can go home with this. But I also include that you have to have a qualifying party. Yes, right here. Yeah. Qualifying party. Mm-hmm. Because I had a girl write me back. She's like, no, thanks, but I'll take the multi-utensil set. I went, no. Qualifying party. I said, I will honor your multi-utensil set when we have your party.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be in July. If you have a party for me next July, that's fine. Just remind me that I will honor that for you.
Good point.
Because Jessica did a different one. And she was like, she gave the 3 options and said, you could take it and run.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm like,
I don't know what she did. I just saw her picture and I just made my own thing with it.
Oh, good.
So because
we'll ask her if she can give us that so we can see what her words were.
She
posted in our team?
Yeah.
Okay, when she was doing this last month? Okay.
Yeah, because I don't like just giving away products.
I know, that's why I wanted to talk to you today.
I don't like giving away products. So you have to have a qualifying party in order to get this.
Yeah.
So, and I will just add it onto your order. Add it onto the host order so it gets the host.
So do you guys understand what she's doing? She's adding the product to the host order. After the host order has put everything in, we have her card payment and all, or wherever she's paying, then she adds it in. So she's getting that additional discount on it. And then what you can do is when it comes to the payment type, beside the drop down where it says cash, check, or card, it says additional payment options. And those 2 options that pop up when you click that blue link are not paid and consultant gift. So if you put it in there as a gift, then at the end of the year, you can run a gift report and see everything that you've given away and deduct it. So, but if you say I have things on hand, so if the person is local, instead of adding it and paying for it, I can just say, here's your prize, let's meet up and I'll give it to you or whatever. So you have that option too, whichever way you want to do it.
And they don't need to know that if they have a $1,000 party and they're getting 30% off, that's going to be 30% off that wine tumbler.
Yeah.
Right. So they don't need to know. They think they're getting a $25 wine tumbler, and they are.
They're getting the value.
They're getting it.
So, and just to add that if you click, consultant gift, then the payment for that is going to come out of your
online payment account.
Right.
So which is the reverse of a direct deposit. It's the pulling out side. So up until your 60th day, you're allowed to use your own personal credit card for that. But remember, Pampered Chef pays all of our processing fees on our credit card charges. So it is cheaper for them to do a withdrawal from us than for us to put our card in and then pay for the fees. So that's why they want you to sign up for the online payment account, and then they pull those funds from you just like a automatic payment kind of thing. But what's different is when you use it, say a customer uses a card, they'll get a pending charge the next day. When we have an online payment account, it's usually 4 business days. They're giving us time to say somebody paid you in a check, to go and deposit the check or take a picture and have it clear.
So I got a lot of feedback from that, and let me tell you, not a lot of people responded to me. As Tiffany was talking earlier, when we were reaching for the 40, and you reach out to 10, 3 people respond back. I did get a lot of that, and I think because some people are already kind of this is the 4th time they've tried getting something free from me. And you go back and you look at your history message, and I've offered them products, and they've never responded back, but they keep trying to get free stuff from me. But so it kind of puts into your head, who's in it for real and who's not in it for real. It kind of gives you a clear idea of your target. There is a challenge for you guys. I want you to start thinking of all of your potential hosts for this summer. The height of summer is just getting here. There's still plenty of time. There's plenty of people on staycation. So here's, we'll give you a list of people to start thinking about. We have new products, the host special, and the party themes to have great parties this summer. Think of people who love Pampered Chef, number 1. Anyone who's planning a staycation but needs a fun activity. How many moms need to get out of the house because their kids are home from summer? Couples looking for a fun party to learn more about grilling. Anyone who would love to learn more about grilling. If you know that you have somebody that wants the indoor-outdoor grill, but they want it 60% off, you contact them.
What's the does anybody know off the top of their head what's the price of it at 60% off? That's a good, though, knowing those dollar amounts, a lot of times they're on the flyer. They're on the, like, they're crossed out on the flyer. Sometimes people can't do the math in their head to know what the savings is. What's that?
That's it.
$51. They can get the grill for $51. That rings in their head more so than 60% off.
That's awesome. So, and also, if you have people who have wish lists on your Pampered Chef website, if any of these items are on their wish list, contact them and let them know, hey, this is on sale this month just for you when you have a party. Go through your cell phone contact list. Contact everyone on your cell phone list and your email list. And of course, as you're out and about, let people know that you're loud and proud of Pampered Chef and that you love what you do. Let them know that you'd be happy to stock up their kitchen with amazing products.
And if you still need logo wear, Jen can hook you up. So if you just give her a shirt that you like, she can put the vinyl. I haven't figured out how to do all that yet, but so we'll use Jen as our go-to person, and then you just pay her for whatever you negotiate with her.
So when you're doing something like this, I had this as my copy and paste, but as I was messaging people, I did go in there and tweak it a little bit to personalize it so it doesn't feel so super spammy. Like one person was like, hey, I have a catalog on the way to you. I know we just talked about it 2 weeks ago. It slipped my mind, but I also wanted to offer this to you since we were on the topic of it. Mentioned recent posts or products that they had bought. I had my host who just finished up her show last month comment on this, and I said, Kim, I know you just closed out your party. I said, I would love to honor this for you when you book your future party with me. You know, so it didn't have to be, I can book your party this weekend like I was trying to do.
And then when you have it in your history, you kind of like, it stays there. Unlike a text, like I just lost all my text messages last month. So like if it's in Facebook though, it kind of stays there, you know, so that if you go back and revisit it, you can see that, oh yeah, I promised that.
So don't send group texts, be personal, send individual messages to people. And encourage to book and close and try to get that July 15th promo in and be green by 15. And we're going to challenge each and every one of you over the next 3 days. Let me see, I'm going to mess up my words.
Are we counting today? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday?
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You have 3 days. Get a head start tonight.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Challenge everyone. Reach out to as many people as possible in the next 3 days. Consider there's going to be a reward. And whoever gets the most bookings in the next 3 days will get a prize from us.
So what we'll do is we'll just like that list that you read from, we'll copy and paste it on there. And then that way you guys can have a place to put that, put your answers.
So
as opposed to like, that's one thing I've been hearing in some of y'all that are in some of the group you were telling me about today, and everything is everywhere, but if we have a strategic place to put it. So we'll provide Casey's list and then get you a place to report your findings or your bookings.
So you've all been challenged.
You've been challenged.
Challenged.
Do you guys like
who's going
when
to
we dangle carrots?
Not at all.
Not at all.
And I'm hoping I'll like bring it because I have some good stuff I need to get rid of and share the love with y'all. So.
Well, and then also it counts as a do and tell when you do it. It's also going to count towards the surprise box challenge. So you're going to triple dip. So, and it's not like it's outside the realm of what you should be doing anyway, right?
Right.
So to get shows. All right. So who's next with selling? All right, Laura. The training number 2.
Yep.
You got your notes?
Yeah.
I know I forgot my notes too. I'll collect. I'll collect these if you guys already did one there.
Oh, here. Oh,
I got yours. I saw yours reminded me.
Oops.
Okay, sure.
You're welcome. Okay. So for selling for July, big stuff going on. Just like
you did.
booking.
Awesome.
Um,
I don't know who said it.
3 ways to increase July sales. What is a big thing that's happening this month that like hardly like as far as I know, has never happened in Pampered Chef. I'm sure it has, but
That summer sale.
yes, the
Yeah.
summer sale.
That's
we
a
have,
thing.
we have July. Who knows what's on sale?
The V chip thingy. the
Good
wine
job,
bag,
Stacy. Yes,
the wine bag,
Mary.
And the waffle puff pan.
The waffle puff pan with its little cool little forky tool. The
Not to can be
not to be
with Forky.
confused with Forky.
Right.
Toy Story
and with
Forky.
And to clarify, with the V chip thing, you get this
Simple slicer.
Yes.
Very nice.
Yes, the simple slicer and the V chip sliced V chip baker. Can't even use my words. I was calling it Chip and Dale something earlier.
Isn't it just called Make Your Own Chip Set?
It's called Make Your Own
Yeah,
Chip
okay.
Set, and it has the V-shaped bakers, two of them, and then the simple slicer, which is fantastic. The waffle puff pan and the wine tumbler set, which is 2 wine tumblers and the bag. So there's new summer products coming out this month. We should know what they are. And oh, I love that. Okay, I see what she's doing. So we should know what the new summer products are,
That's what we do next.
and not to be confused with then we'll have the fall products in September.
Right.
So another great thing about Pampered Chef is that there's always something new. It's not just it's not just like products as usual. I'm like every 2 or 3 months, literally, there is something new coming up that we can
I know
learn
whoever's
about
in the
and
product development / marketing / whatever, they are really
they're really
thinking
amazing.
about that kind of stuff. That used to not happen.
Right. So let's see. And the guest special, what is significant about the guest special? Do we know?
You get both of them.
You get both of them, and it's not a product.
Read it and read it and read it. And I kept thinking to myself,
You only got
this
one.
is wrong. You have to pick between it.
No,
But you get them both.
You get both. That
Reading.
is
What
the
would
guest
Jim
special.
Foreman say?
Reading is fundamental, Tiffany.
Right. That's what Jim Foreman says all the
What is
time.
it? Upside down.
Left to right, top to bottom.
Left to right, top to bottom.
Yes, it is an and.
So, and the really cool thing that I think is that it's not another product. It's I mean, it is a product, but it's seasoning.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Which also not expires, but you use it up. So
That's
then when
right.
it's gone, then they're like,
need
oh, I
more.
really like that.
That's right. I need to get some more.
I need more.
Fantastic. Okay. So the summer sale for July only.
Do you
Does
want me to do
anyone
that?
know how much each set is? $49. Very much. So that is a savings on the waffle puff pan of $16. The wine tumblers with bag is $16. And the make your own chip set you save $10 on. So I mean that to me that's awesome. It's $49 each. You sell 3 of those, one of each. Well, yeah, one of each basically.
One of each or
and
3 total.
And you're active.
So
go ahead.
Go ahead, Stacey.
I just thought of this, and this is not my area. I'm training tonight, so I apologize. For,
Oh no, go right ahead.
Stepping into
It's not mine either. I'm filling in.
My coworker was telling me that Amazon is having like a sale
Yes,
in
the
July.
15th and 16th.
Okay.
Yes, it's Prime Day.
Hello, let's make this our own little.
Right.
Pampered Chef Prime.
Yes.
Okay, right.
I love
It's
it.
a prime time.
And
just
people
blah, blah,
always
blah.
do. Oh, Christmas in July.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah. And just like Casey was saying earlier, in terms of your customers that you're targeting, parents with kids at home that are looking
Need
for
the wine tumbler
activities.
set.
Well, no, I was gonna say the make your own chip set.
Yeah.
How many kids are? I mean, when my son and his friends were always over all the time, they would go through like chips galore a day.
Did I not just say that today? You're not to go through a bag of chips a day?
Oh my God, chips galore. So give them a little activity. Get them some sweet potatoes, have them make sweet potato chips. They can make zucchini chips. They can make their own potato chips. They can bake them in the oven. How fun is that? They have the simple slicer to use. It's not gonna, it's got the little
You can have your own cooking class.
That's right. You can have your own little cooking class. It's an activity for them. It's something new and different to do. Same thing with the waffle puff pan. Let's make waffles, but let's do it a little bit different. This is kind of cool. Let's do something different in it. Let's put focaccia bread and peanut butter and jelly in it. Let's do other stuff with it. It's kind of fun.
I saw a video today that said
pour cake batter in your waffle pan. Chocolate cake waffles.
Holy crap! I might have a cake mix in there that we can
And
do.
then you stack them with you make it like a little cake out of it.
Oh my gosh, we're doing that when the meeting's over.
I love it.
I think I've got cake.
And I just
So-
noticed
Because the kids just asked me, can I make a microwave cake? I'm like, I don't have any soda.
Right. I just noticed too, and we haven't talked about this that I'm aware of, but with that wine tumbler bag set, every picture of it has the middle straws in it.
Yeah, so I think the straws might come with it too.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
But that's what, like
$65,
$8 or
yes,
something?
because the straws are what, $7, and the bag is $50, I think.
It just says wine tumblers.
It does.
Yeah.
Wine tumbler in the bags.
Yeah. So add on, and that's a perfect wedding gift.
Yes, it is. So anyway, there's a lot to dig into in terms of selling this month. A lot to dig into, and a lot of good focus, a good way to focus your sales strategies. So also,
Did you watch? I haven't watched this video yet.
okay, go ahead. You can watch that.
Crap, if I can get my mouse to work. There it is. Right, so I think I have to do it this way. Hold on.
Right, and
Stop
she
screen
says book parties, but
share.
this is really more about selling.
Oh, no. Hold on. I had it pulled up too so that y'all could see it. I just gotta do it this way, I think.
A regular bottle of wine fits.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yes, a bottle of wine fits
Those two tumblers.
in that bag. And it fit. Pour it into in there. Yes.
One bottle, 2 cups. One bottle, 2 cups.
Not to be confused with.
Stop.
I'm just saying,
Stop.
I have tried that. She knows from experience. I have tried.
I can't. Okay. Please just cooperate with me.
What do you want? Sure, it's not 2 bottles, 1 cup.
All right.
It can be that way too.
Maybe we really don't need her.
I think my Zoom just quit on its own. Let me try this again.
What are you trying to do, Tiffany?
Oh, good. You're there. Okay. I don't. I'm gonna unplug you for a minute. Hold on. Because my video keeps freezing. I don't know if they could. Bree, can you still hear me?
I can.
All right. Yes, I have them over here actually.
Just working on dinner at my house, so.
I think they are.
Here, you do your thing.
There. I think they're right there. Okay, why can I not get her stinking video to play? Maybe I have to click on her. Oh, wait a minute. Is it this?
Hi everyone, my name is Danielle Redner and I'm coming to you 3 tips on how to get bookings using the July host specials. Check out the amazing grilling products. Okay, so tip number 1, use the products so that way you really love them. Because of course, if you love something, you're gonna tell everyone about it. So make sure you're using them so you can really bring that passion through into selling the product. So make sure you use them and you share why you love them. Be sure to educate yourself on the upcoming specials so you can know what your focus is for the month. Feature recipes that you make at home and that use those items as well. So maybe this month for the grilling special, you're going to show up the recipes that you're using the double grill pan or your single grill pan, or you can't see it the way my camera is, but I've got the rock crock in the background. And so make sure that you're really using the items and you're featuring recipes that use them. Tip number 2 is make sure that you paint a picture with the grill products that are featured in July's Host Special. So what that means, it is important because people want to see they want to see themselves using the products in their own kitchen. So make sure you're talking about how they can meal prep with it. Maybe you're talking about how they can use it for their dinners. Maybe they might see how it will put some ease in their mealtime routine. Create a picture so clear that they see themselves in it. You have to learn to sell the sizzle and not the steak. And what that means is you're not just selling how, like, on my live video I just did, we made burgers, right? So I didn't talk about just how we're going to make cheeseburgers. I talked about how this is used in your everyday life. So maybe you're talking about how, oh my goodness, you'll love the grill pan. What do you make at your house for dinner? Do you make burgers or salmon or chicken? Did you know you can cook your chicken in just 3 minutes each side? Your pork chops come out amazingly juicy in just 3 minutes each side. So are you selling the sizzle and not the steak? Not just the one specific use, but how they can use it every day. Make sure you share the value of the pan, and that you tell them that instead of being $2.90 this month, they can get it for just $116. So make sure you use those numbers. I like to say next month you can get that double grill pan. Instead of being $2.90, it's just $116. So let's find a week that works for you. All right, tip number 3 is go live. Now you see me right here. I'm in the kitchen. I just got done with a live. Actually, my son is helping me. He's scooping out watermelon. So we've got a nice big bowl of it here. But go live and use the products that you use in your house. We literally were making cheeseburgers. So I went live on my page and talked about how to make cheeseburgers with a double grill pan. Talk about the products that you love. Be genuine. Be authentic. And remember, you don't have to be perfect. So my kids are in the videos. Sometimes they're running around and making noise. Sometimes the dog is barking. Sometimes there's a fight. People love to see that you're just a normal person and that you're not trying to follow a perfect script. I hope these tips help get your July calendar full, and happy booking.
Bless. All right, let me see if I can now minimize this. If you notice, that was one thing I was going to tell you. Just say, did you notice our kid is right there? So that's not perfect. Did you may not have been able to see it because you're not as close as I am, but did you also notice her eyes were glancing down? She had something below the camera that she was reading from because she wanted to make sure she covered certain things. I'm guessing, I don't know this for sure, but I can tell the way her eyes were glancing down, she was reading off something. So that is totally okay that you're reading off something. I mean, you're not perfect. You can't memorize everything.
Right. So just to kind of elaborate on that, for my virtual parties, I have an introduction video and then I have a closing video. And I totally did exactly what Timmy just described. For my opening video, I had a script. I propped it up behind my camera, and I read off of it. And yes, maybe you can tell that I'm not being completely, by memory, but it's fine. I mean, I have so many people comment on the fact that I'm live in, well, what they think is live, but
it's from your camera roll that you're just putting back up there.
Exactly. And they love it. They love to see like a real person that is actually, their pampered chef consultant and conducting these videos and, having their party and interacting with them. So, and I like that we included this in selling because it is booking, but a lot of it has to do with selling too. So she talks about selling the sizzle and not just the steak. So elaborating on a product, not just making it a one-use only product, but kind of covering, the product in detail and the many things you can use it for, just like the grill that, when Tiffany was live earlier, we didn't just talk about the steak. We talked about, the versatility of it. You can use it indoors and outdoors. You can put the rock crock grill mat or the grill stone on it. You can use it for a variety of things. Everything from scrambled eggs to cheeseburgers or the grilled steak like we did. The other thing she talked about was, bless you. Sorry. I thought Tiffany was going to say something. She kind of turned around.
No.
But all of those things, going live on social media, and also if you have media that's other than Facebook, use that. I do not do Instagram personally, but I know a lot of people use Instagram. My
Stalk
husband,
your kids, you need Instagram.
Yeah, my husband is more of an Instagram guy than he is a Facebook guy.
I'm going to have to follow Dave Albert.
You never know what's going to happen. So if you have an Instagram account, post on Instagram, post on Snapchat if you do that. Or Twitter even. I know a lot of people do Twitter too.
And a lot of times you can link all of those. So like what I post on Instagram goes to Facebook, and what I post on Facebook goes to Twitter because I can't even remember my Twitter login.
Right.
but they're all kind of interconnected.
Right. Another thing too, because we were talking earlier about having like staycation activities, not just the V-chip baker, but the Toy Story set. That's still a big new product. That's an activity for the kids. Break those out and have them, use your sugar shaker, and they're sprinkling their stencils on there. They're showing that product. That's fantastic too. Like I said, there's just a lot going on this month in terms of selling. We did that. So we talked about the July guest special that it's the smoky applewood and the garlic and herb rub. And that can lead you into a conversation about our other spice products that we offer.
Anybody know how many rubs there are?
32.
I think it's 15. I recently looked that up because I put it in a post. Like I was like using that picture. I cropped out the get to, and I used just that picture to talk about rubs. And I was like, how many are there? And so I grabbed some wording from somewhere, and it was like, we have 15 rubs to pick from, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'll use that.
And I'll tell you, if you guys haven't tried them, they're fantastic. The dill blend is amazing.
What do you use it for?
I use it in my cucumber salad.
Oh, yeah.
My cucumber salad that I make. I use it in salmon. Oh,
yeah.
Salmon. There's another thing that I use it all the time for.
Use it in deviled eggs.
No.
Oh.
No, because I use sweet relish and deviled eggs.
My college roommate used to make her green beans with it.
I use dill in the
I know what I have.
one of the braids.
It's
in
in
the
chicken broccoli. Yes.
Yeah.
Broccoli braid.
And then there's a recipe that I make a lot during the summer. It's Ina Garten, a Barefoot Contessa. It's roasted shrimp and orzo. Don't even. It's roasted shrimp and orzo with feta cheese in it, and that calls for dill and parsley. And so I use our dill and throw that in there.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
You can share that recipe.
If anybody
Fantastic.
needs any bit, I have crack baggies in the other room that I can put some in for my turnabout.
So
you can take
I
it home
have
with you.
so called her
they're missing,
before and been like, I need this spice for.
Somebody gave it to me. They used to hand out seasonings. We used to be able, as a consultant, get a bag this big, and so she bought some, put in there. Then we got in trouble because you can't distribute that without the FDA stuff on it. So when she retired from being a consultant, she gave me all her crack baggies that you can put. If you need, somebody needed to borrow some from me before, and they're like, I just need a tablespoon. Like another consultant, I'm like, oh.
Okay, and then last but not least, the consultant special is the
The
bags. There we go. So you could start your Pampered Chef travel bag collection. With 750 or more in sales this month, you earn the Weekender bag. You get a bonus bag of the everyday bag if you go to conference. And there's plenty of time to book for August. We're not even halfway through the month. I'm sorry, to book for July. We're not even halfway through the month. Yeah. So, and especially, with the ease of virtual parties, it's like zero prep time. It's all right there for you.
And I know Stacy Itzel, who's a national exec, said that she always overpacks, especially her shoes, and her entire weekend fit in that bag. So I'm imagining it to be rather large. And last time they did this promotion, there was 3 bags, and then there was a bonus bag. And Mia uses them when she uses my biggest duffel bag to go to camp. All her stuff goes in there. So I still have the ones they did from 5 or 6 years ago when they did a promotion similar to this. But they're black and pink, so they're only for me, and Drew's not really into that.
All right, and that's it.
All right, so now Stacy for recruiting, right?
Yes.
Awesome.
Okay, so when you have a party, I'm just curious, you let's say you have a live
I don't know why my
party
camera's not
or
working.
even a virtual party, and you're showcasing these different products that you're either using right there, or you just pick some products to showcase in your virtual. How much time do you spend talking about the best deal in the catalog? How much time do you spend? Probably that much, right? You were to go back and look at your last party, okay? No, we don't necessarily want to promote it in a way to where they're like kidnapping, but what's on their wish list? What did you give them? Like Tiffany always gives them like a list to write down everything they see that they want, and then do they want it now or later? And how many of those items that are in a kit are on their kit?
That was me at the show.
You know, the one girl that I have on my team, I mean, that was her thing. She was at the party. It was the first time she'd ever been to a party. And she wanted pretty much everything that came in the ultimate kit. So it's got all your things here. It even has your little thing you could have clicked on right here if you wanted a side-by-side chart that lists all the products.
And this is right from the Become a Consultant part of your website. You can screenshot
I wasn't
this.
even logged in as a consultant. I just went out to pamperedchef.com as if I was a customer and clicked on Be a Consultant. And this is one of the things that's out there for you. And it tells you right there the value. This ultimate kit is $249, but it has a value of over $1,000. Okay. And so forth. So don't forget to spend a little bit of time on that when you're doing your party, or make it part of your checkout chat. When you do your checkout, if you have a standard, let's say, kind of script that you follow with each and every person, if you ask them the same, how many ever questions you come up with, I forget what the one training we did was like.
It's like, do you want to be on the newsletter? Do you want to host? And do you want to join my team?
Right. So if there's like 3 or 4 standard questions that you ask every single person that you check out, regardless of if they come to you with one item they want to order or 20, you always ask those same questions, then this will become part of your normal routine.
It's called full service checkout. There is a training on it if you want to look that up.
Okay.
And we even look for it.
Yeah.
Yes. We've already touched on this, but if you're a new consultant for July, you can get the double burner grill pan and a press.
Is it a press or 2 presses? I can't remember.
I believe it's only one.
One, okay.
Yes, because I did look at it. So now think about that. That's a value of $269. Can you flip back one slide?
Yep.
It would be such an awesome addition to any one of those kits.
Oh yeah.
To any one of them, because
and they're giving you one press, so you're gonna get another. You can get another one in that one.
Here. This is the kit I got. Even though I got this kit and it had that pan in there, I still wanted the double. You know, how many of us want the double? Because you can flip back with the double. You can do what they're not showing you in this picture, but there's another picture out there on the site where it's got your meat on this side and a veggie on the other side, and you can do it all in one pan.
That pan is awesome for anybody who meal preps, like to cook all your protein at once for the week. That is like a lot of times if I'm doing a live video, because I'm doing that for my family, I might as well go live and I show that that's what you can do with that.
And so it's just an amazing special, I think, for anybody who is thinking about joining, who is getting a kit, because it doesn't come in your kit, but it's just one of those items that people want as a staple, you know. So what is your why? What made you love Pampered Chef? Okay, so what made you decide to join? What did you think your life would be like with Pampered Chef in it? And who do you think would benefit from having it? And somebody mentioned earlier about how you never know what somebody else is going through.
That's right.
You never know what the person next to you has just experienced that day, for example. And so if that becomes one of your standard questions with every person that you check out, then you're opening that door, you're planting that seed. Sometimes you have to water it for a year. Okay, you just never know. All right, so keeping those thoughts in mind, go ahead and, where was I going to put this at?
Oh, hold on. Right there.
Okay, yeah, right there. That's perfect. This again is on that same page on the website that we talked about earlier. It's just down a little bit further. You can click on each and every one of those little, whatever you want to call them, icons, and get different information. But one of the things, thinking about the slide before this one about, you know, why did you join and what do you love about it? If I went around the room and asked you, a lot of you would probably tell me you love it because of the training and support that you get. And like Tiffany was saying when she gave out your keys, which is very true, is you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. If you're in business by yourself, then you're not paying any attention to our meetings or our Facebook page or our emails. You have set yourself up for that on your own because we are so out there and available to help you that you have to have blinders on to miss it.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, you just do. Okay. So when you become a consultant, you're joining a community of strong, supportive consultants who want as much success for you as they want it for themselves. Yes, you know, we all get a little envious of the prize you get, but that's because we want it for ourselves. Mm-hmm. It's not because, you know, we don't want you to have it. We just want Tiffany to give away one for each of us.
Right. I'll work on that.
You also have a home office support team to assist you with marketing, sales, technology, and more. They give us so much stuff to use. We don't have to create it on our own. It's so easy to go out there, grab a picture, grab the words, throw your own little spin on it, and it's done. Mm-hmm. You get to be your own boss. Choose your own hours, set your own goals. Your journey is whatever you make it out to be. So each one of us have a different journey in this room. We might all want the same thing in the end, and we're just going to get there differently. You get to decide if you want to do it by doing cooking shows, virtual shows, catalog shows, fundraisers. You get to start earning your commission and free products right away. You get your discounts. You get exclusive access to new items. As a director, you get a box full of new items that just show up at your door. Okay? And you get to go on vacations. So like this year, we're working towards Walt Disney World. Last year, you guys worked towards
Hawaii.
You know, so your possibilities are endless. Okay? So she gave you out a little handout, and I didn't keep a copy for myself, but on there it talks about, you know, thinking about what, this came right off Campus University. So what was your situation before you joined Campus? What were you looking for from your business? Like we talk about, do you want it as a side business, a part-time, a full-time, a hobby? Did you have a concern before you joined, and how did you overcome it? How is your life better, and what do you hope to accomplish within the next 1 to 3 years in your business? Why do you think that that's a question on here? What do you hope to accomplish in 1 to 3 years? It's your goals. You have to know where you're going in order to figure out how to get there, right? You wouldn't set out to go on a trip to Walt Disney and not
have a plan
on how you're going to accomplish it, right? What roads do I need to take to get there? Do I take 85, 90, 264? Anyway.
And if you've never developed your own story, this is a good way to kind of come up with it. And even if you don't have, like, say you're brand spanking new like Donna and Mary, and you don't have like what you've gotten out of it yet, you can borrow our stories to do that. So this is my 16th year in the business, and so my why and my story has definitely changed and tweaked or whatever. This is just a good place to start so that you know how to share. So some people on their virtual parties, they put it like at the beginning, like, hi, meet your consultant. So this could be an easy way for you to do that. Also, when you meet people in person and they say, what do? You kind of need to have like a quick little 30-second commercial. And so this can kind of help you mold that. This is a little bit longer, but you can kind of tweak it, make it smaller so you have that as a response.
I don't know if my notes are lining up with our pictures or not, but we're going to come back to what she was saying in just a second. So every month when you recruit, you get your personal reward that you're making a difference and impacting someone's life. You get overrides on your personal team sales. You get your recruiting bonus. You get your incentive trip points. And there's no, what did you say, glass ceiling?
Yeah.
So you have unlimited earning opportunities. Do we have another slide or was that? Okay, so before we go on to that, one thing that I didn't necessarily have a specific slide for was what Tiffany was saying is like, what is your 30-second commercial? Do you change it, say, when you're doing a cooking show versus when you're doing a virtual? Or do you keep it the same? When you have a conversation with somebody at the grocery store that you've never met before, you tell a different version of it, a shorter, simplified version. It's all up to you, okay? But the main thing is like, say you're like me and you work full time and you do Pampered Chef and somebody says to you, what do? What is your response going to be? You would want to probably put Pampered Chef first if you're going to list both of them. Oh, I do Pampered Chef and, my job is whatever. You want to put, if you're trying to put yourself out there to gain a contact, to gain a customer, to build that relationship, a lot of times when people they'll listen to like the first 5 words that come out of your mouth. So make those your Pampered Chef words. So just kind of think about that when you're developing your little commercial for yourself.
And Stacy, I would add that just something that I have started to do myself is that instead of saying I sell Pampered Chef, because a lot of people, they hear is sell, and it automatically, their defenses automatically go up, and they're like, oh my God,
right?
This is some crazy Pampered Chef sexy,
and our used car salesman kind of, yeah.
Right. I'm not even going to listen to her. I don't need any of that. What I do is I like to say I work for Pampered Chef, and then and that's more of a leading statement. What do you do for them? Oh, well, I offer tools and techniques to help out in the kitchen and solve culinary problems or whatever you want to say.
Right.
So, but yeah, so instead of putting yourself out there as like
a salesperson,
right. I have started to say I work for Pampered Chef. And they're like, oh, what do you do? And I'm like, oh, I'm a consultant, and what that means, and that in my capacity as a consultant is that I solve problems and provide tips and techniques and make your kitchen time more efficient.
Right. Or I make meal time easier. I like looking at the latest catalog and seeing what cute little saying they've come up with. Like in the winter catalog, it was like, I forget what it was, love to bake, or like the shirt you got me last year at conference says happiness is homemade, and like try to kind of take something from that and put my own little spin on it. And so if they say, oh, well, what do you do? Oh, I help with mealtime solutions. Oh, how do you do that? With Pampered Chef products.
That's very good.
So just, it needs to be comfortable to come out of your mouth, and kind of you need to practice it so it just rolls off your tongue and feels natural to you, so that you're not in that moment stumbling with your words to figure out, what am I going to say? How am I going to make it sound good? So you kind of, want to have a version of it already created in your mind so that you can just spit it out. And I think that covers everything, except for your why should make you cry or you haven't gone deep enough.
Yes, that's right. Okay, so for your annual rewards, when you build your team, it's going to help you earn whatever the incentive trip is. So by adding one individual to your team, when you help them qualify, and that's what I say it shows, when I help them reach their sales goal, because it is kind of a partnership with that new consultant, I get 3,000 trip points. Then you also earn trip points by $1 point for every dollar that you sell. When you add directors to your team, you get 6,000 points. So when Casey helped Bree hit directorship, Casey got 6,000 trip points by doing that. And then selling consistently per quarter, you get 1,000 trip points. And then it shows you the breakdown of the 3 different levels, level 1, 2, and 2 elite. And then as you move up, the points become reduced. So that is a nice little benefit, is that they reduce those points for you. And then there's the Excellence Award. I guess they're going to be changing it. I don't even know what they're changing it to. But when I quit my day job to do Pampered Chef full-time 8 summers ago, I didn't even realize I was on track for the Excellence Award about 6 months into it. And now I make sure this is one of my goals every year, because it validates my decision to quit my day job, and then I'm not just sitting around eating bonbons, but I'm actually working the business like a business. So that leads us to monthly recognition. So get those clappers ready, because we are going to do some recognition. And what I'm going to do is actually let everybody see us in a second, and I'll stop screen sharing in a second. But our last month we had 7 consultants screened by 15. Thank you. And so these are the people who had at least 150 in sales or 1 show submitted by the 15th of the month. Our goal every month is 20, and that's when that cash prize comes in. So then next we have, come on. Let's talk about some do and tells. Let me hear your clappers. And if you, who had at least 5 do and tells? Ooh, all right, anybody have 10? No double digits yet? All right, so what did you learn about yourself? And I have had that typo on there for every single month. It says form instead of from. Okay. What do you learn about the more do and tells you have?
The more do and tells I have, the more invested I am in my business.
That's a good sentence right there. All right, Cheryl, you had a lot, right? You had 8. Very good. All right. So anything you do that is income producing, you submitted a show, you got a new contact, you booked a show, you set up a coffee talk. These 2 met together last night, whatever stuff, that counts. You set up a coaching call with me, that counts. So, and we can set up coaching calls like tonight when you said something about, like linking Twitter to Instagram. I can help you with that. Like if you want to call me and say, can we talk about that one day? We can do that. It's not necessarily Pampered Chef related, but it's leading towards that. So the more do and tells you do, the more invested you are in your business, like Laura said, and the more likely it is you're going to walk away with a prize tonight, because Mia was doing all the do and tell tickets for later. All right, so you're supposed to put them on the page as you do them, not your mad dash the last day of the period, and like put them all on there. So get them on there as you do them. All right, so let's do our high five line. And when we do this, I'm going to stop screen sharing so that our people on here can actually watch our high five line. Let's see, hopefully this comes up so they can see. The green light came back on. There we go. All right, can you guys see? All right, here we go. All right, so with our high five line, oh, here they are. Excellent. Thanks, Casey. Get your clappers ready so we can applaud everybody. What we'll do is we'll have people with over 750 come up here and stand in our high five line, but everybody before that, we will give you a nice little round of applause. So this person just joined Pampered Chef, and she's earning her first dollar for being here. So let's give it up for Donna. And Donna, I forgot, you get to add your star to the page. So we have a little star here. Your star on. Here are So then we're actually going to put your star, we're going to find wherever Cheryl is. Let's see if we can find Cheryl.
It should be under you.
Yeah. We have 2 Cheryls. Let's see here. You have to be on here. They're just not in any particular order because. Yes, there she is, right there. All right. All right, so Cheryl. Do I not have any blue stars? Oh. your star changes to blue. And I got one more. So we're going to change your star to blue. If you notice, her lanyard is now blue.
Yeah.
So that means she's added one new teammate. You didn't even notice. I did that today. Yep. And it says, I promoted, ask me how. So thank you. So Donna gets $1 for being at our team meeting. And so what we do is we have a little envelope here. I'll just pull one out for an example. Woo! And we add all your dollars on there so that if you go to a retreat or you go to some kind of conference, all that cash can be for you. But if you don't, it stays in here. Okay. So then next one up is this person did one show last month. She has one new consultant. She got the sales promotion. She currently has over 8,000 trip points. She earned $8 for being here. And her total commissionable sales, come on down, is Cheryl. Oh. All right. This person did 2 shows last month. Her daughter turns 3 this month. That's her Wahoo. She gets $1 for being here. She's got over 4,000 trip points. And did you go? You both? All right, Tiffany. That is a horrible angle. This person did 2 shows last month. She was active. That is her Wahoo. She gets $1 for being here. She has over 6,700 trip points, and her total sales were 173. And that is Laura. One show last month. Sales 202. She has 1,200 trip points, and her total sales are 202. And that is Stacy. All right, this person did 1 show last month, and she has $1 for being here. Her Wahoo is she was active, and she has over 2,100, almost 2,200 trip points with 217 last month, and that is Jen. This person out the gate did 4 shows last month. She got 2 bookings. She was top in sales. She's got $1 for being here, $2 for her sales level. She had 4 shows. She's $1 for that. Her trip points are 3,000 because she qualified, and her total sales were $1,597. Come on now, Mary. All right, and then we'll do a few together. All right, cool. All right, so give it a round of applause for our top sellers. All right, and hear me before you go, because you have qualified, these are mini catalog totes. So what they do is your mini catalog actually slides right on in here. And then you can put it on your purse. Who's got their purse out that has one on there? No, I'll have them out tonight. All right, so which color? And then we're going to let Liz pick one too, because she has qualified as well. Yay! All right, and then here's my name put in there. Awesome. All right, Liz, we're going to send you a picture of the ones we have left so that you can pick a color of your choice. All right, so
awesome. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Well, yeah, we're trying to do Liz's,
I didn't see her name on there.
Is it under Elizabeth? Oh. Not Liz. Liz, we're getting your stats. Hold on.
Hold up.
Sorry, that's my Facebook profile has Elizabeth, so my students stay off my Facebook profile.
That's a good idea. All right, so she did 2 shows last month. Top show was $825. She qualified because she has a total of $1,269 submitted. Yes, there you go. Thanks, Casey. You need that finger. All right, so here, I'll let you do. You want to do Bree?
Sure.
All right.
Here we go.
All right, we're going to do this. This is a much better angle than them looking up our noses. Okay. So this person did 2 shows last month. She earned level 2 of the, or level 1, level 2 of the free for all, whatever it was. And then she got $1 for being here. She has over 20,000 trip points. Oh, that's right. Your top show was 717. But your total sales for the month were $1,254. Nice. So she made sure she got that level. And that is Casey.
Reminder, Tiffany, on the check your sales.
Oh, I got that picture from somebody else. I love when I'm in other directors groups. So when they put it, I'm like, oh, that's really good. I'm going to copy paste that over here.
Yeah. This beautiful woman had 4 shows last month. Her top show was 7. Wait a minute. You gonna read your own?
Oh, You want me to do that one? Okay, that makes more sense. This person's top show was 704. She broke 25,000 in career sales. She right now has over 18,000 trip points. She's earned $4 for Capture Conference. She's going to her very first conference, and her total sales were $2,151, and they met director status, and that is Bree.
Yes. This amazing woman had 8 shows last month because 8 will what?
Make you
It
great.
will make you great. Her top show was $1,054. She got 7 real bookings. 7 real bookings. She has 1 new consultant that joined her team. Amen. She earned level 1 of Disney already, y'all.
Woo! Woo!
Level 1 of Disney. Going for elite status. And she got an additional 5,000 points for being the top 50 sellers of Disney products. What number was she?
Number 9.
Number 9.
Top 7.
She was number 9.
Her BHAG, she was so close, but she was only $110 away. It's okay, she made up for it, that extra 5,000
Yes,
trip points.
totally worth it. Those trip points.
She earned level 1, 2, and 3. Her total trip points was $57,591. Total visual sales was $5,890. She's got $9 in cash for conference. Give it up for our fearless leader.
Such a role model.
Yeah, so, and it was kind of crazy because my calendar was looking a little light. So I kind of did what we were telling you guys about getting some of those virtuals in. And I did we did the mega party with the Virginia Beach Strong. So I know.
She was in Facebook jail.
Oh yeah, and I was in
That's
Facebook
true.
jail for 3 weeks. Cheryl, how did you end up? What were your total sales from the party that you did for the fundraiser? Do you remember?
It was like 220 something.
Okay, and you did your donation already. So I was waiting for my commission check to come yesterday because I think I'm writing a donation check of $500. So that will be
that's
good
great.
to the Survivors Fund or Victims Fund or
However it's
reads.
worded.
Yes. All right. So then let me get this again so we can go back to the screen share. There we go. There we go. Let's see if I can get this working. I don't know why my camera goes off.
Just so y'all know, Jessica Bancroft is getting close to her 15,000.
Oh, is she? What is she at right now?
I think she was at 9 something, and I think she just submitted $1,000.
Oh, yeah. So she's at close to 10.
She just broke 10. Nice.
All right. So do you guys know what happens when you break 15,000 in career sales?
2% increase.
You get a pay raise. Yes. So that means your minimum every month is 22% in commission, not 20%. And then it goes up from there. So that is your first, as a consultant, your first jump in commission. And then also at the same time, when you want to reach director status, you get an extra 3% on your sales. So it's really nice to have that little bonus there. All right, let me see if this will cooperate with me. All right, so here are our top sellers. Kurt and Stacy Lane did 19,000. Mary did 1,900. Mary did almost 1,600. Liz did 1,269. Cheryl did 921. And then Stacy Eagles, who's a virtual consultant, did 875. So look at all those beautiful numbers. That is some great stuff there. And then our top recruiters were Laurel. That's Laura and Cheryl mixed together. Laura, Cheryl, and Tiffany. We all had a 1%. And then I forgot to put Cheryl's name here. So forgive me because you just promoted to senior consultant. So what senior consultant means is that you have at least one person on your team. So that's why your lanyard is blue. Your little promotion thing is blue. If you notice, our lanyards match. Well, mine doesn't tonight, but it matches your title within Pampered Chef. So that's why Casey's is red. All right, so our new qualified consultants are Mary and Liz, who's on, and then Stacy Eagles. So like I said, they get their little gifts. So not only do they get that, but you got 3,000 trip points from Pampered Chef. You got your monthly promotion of whatever was special when you signed up, which yours was the kit rebate. And then you got an additional rebate from me of $50. So your kit came out to $4.50. Yeah, isn't that awesome? So, and Mary's got a really unique way she's doing the business is that all of her commission every month she's donating to a different cause. So this month you bought gift cards for
Well, it's actually the same cause.
same cause.
Yeah. So it's called United for Women. They're underprivileged ladies that struggle with moms. And United Way is putting them through this program, and to get rewards and benefits, they say, well, here's a $25 shopping card to go to Food Line. So I'm buying gift cards to Food Line and Target to help with that program because I just think it's a great cause. I do a lot of charity work for them. My husband's retired and has asked me to quit spending all our money on everybody and everything. So I said, well, I'm going to do this.
That's
For
awesome.
That's a great way, right?
Yeah,
Yes. Awesome. That's a great thing to do there. All right, so here are some of our other big things to celebrate. Bree, like I said, hit her $25,000 in career sales. And then we've got our new consultant rewards. Mary earned her $100, Liz, and Kurt also earned an additional $100. So Kurt is up to $300 Pampered Chef dollars. Liz has got her first 100, and then so what will happen is Donna, when Donna qualifies, not only will Donna get 100 Pampered Chef dollars, but then Cheryl, you'll get 30 Pampered Chef dollars. So yeah, so that's a way to keep your Pampered Chef dollar. It'll bank up, and you can use your PC bucks on product for yourself at a discount. You can use it on registration for conference. You can use it on supplies. So like when the new catalogs come out for September, like I'll start ordering them like in whenever they let us. It's either July or probably August 1st or something like that. You can use all those PC bucks for that time too. All right, so here are people who earn levels 1, 2, and 3 of the Cellathon. So we don't even know what's in these boxes, but we want them, right?
Right.
All right, so the Cellathon was a 2-part. It was June and July. The products don't overlap. So whatever you earned in June, you're not also earning a separate, it's a different set in July. So those boxes will arrive sometime after conference. We don't know when. They'll just come there. And then look at all these trip points people are racking up on their trip points. So the minimum for Disney level 1 at the consultant level, I wanted to say, what was it, 56,000? So the fastest way to add points is how?
Recruit.
Is to recruit and help your recruit qualify. So you'll jump really fast when that happens. And thank you, Mary, for helping me earn double points. So that $50 really worked out because not only did I get the 3,000, but I'll get another 3,000. So thanks. Yes, and you'll get that for Liz. Yeah. Yes. All right. So congratulations to Bree. She is the only one who met her big, hairy, audacious goal for the month. So over here is our BHAG board. And everybody's got like a little potty chart, as I like to call them. And so you put on there your goal of what your like a normal every month kind of goal, what you would like to do in sales. And then if you really stretch yourself like a little bit, past your limits, like when you go to the gym, I don't do that, but I know that always asks you to like stretch further. That's your BHAG. That's your big, scary, audacious goal. So Bree met her original goal, which I think was 2,000, and she had 2140 in sales. So look at all her stars she's got in there. All right, so that's what we put little star stickers on there. That's your potty chart. So if you don't have one of these yet, and we need to update it, I've got those in there. We can do that before you leave tonight. And then look at our streak here. So this is I post this at the end of the beginning of the next month. How many months in a row you have been active. So Ruth and Louise are holding on. They are like the only ones who've been active every single month of the year so far because we've had 6. Cheryl, you're right behind them with 5. That's because you weren't a consultant until later. So you've been active every month that you've been here. And then we've got our 4s, 3s, 2s, and 1s. So way to go, guys. Going for the streak. We had 23 active consultants in the month of June, and every single person is an essential piece. So no matter if you're only doing like at the hobby level and you just want to submit 1 show a month, or you're doing like Bree did, you're doing 2,000 a month. Everything adds together for a bigger piece of the puzzle. So you are an essential piece to that. Let's look forward to July real quick. So down, if you need to write down at like some of the recognition or reminders or whatever down there. Every month we have a goal of 20 consultants, green by 15. We also have, so again, everybody's an essential piece. Our goals for this month as a team is 21,000 for July with 42 shows. Last year in July, we did 21, a little over 21. So I think we can do it. We did 40 shows and we had 19 active consultants. So every month our goal for team building is 6 new consultants. And then for our director teams, which is my personal team, Casey's personal team, and Bree's personal team, is to get our 5,000 in so that we can be paid as a director team. All right, so what we've got is in August coming up. What is the August Fest special? Anybody know already?
Super shop, anything.
Any one item, yes. So good job over here. Who's on joining with, or who's virtually. Because this is like when people say, well, I want the X, Y, and Z, they can get it in that month. Now, not to say that they couldn't get it in July, because you can always get a half off item. Like really the difference between 50% and 60% is not huge depending on the product.
And
All right.
depending on what it is, like, it's your choice if you want to be like, I'll throw in that difference.
Yes, right? So you can always do that.
Business, so you decide if that's something you want.
And this is a good time too, like Casey was saying, going through your wish list. If you have people make wish lists to see what you can run a report for a wish list or look at somebody's individual wish list if they've made one with you. The guest special is the apple wedger.
Why does it say license snack and not apple wedger? I'm just curious.
I don't know. That's a good question.
That really confused me.
Yes, that is a good question. So yes, I guess it's like the heading
It's
of
definitely the apple wedger.
It's definitely the apple wedger.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, so it's not pineapple.
Okay.
So that is the apple wedger. What are some things besides apples you can do with your apple wedger? Onions is a good one.
Tomatoes.
Bloomin' onion. Who said something over here?
I said sliced tomato, and you can stuff it with a salad.
Ooh, a tomato, stuff it with a salad. Yeah, I've done a cucumber to make it look like, because then you core the seeds out of cucumber. Yeah, so a bloomin' onion. I mean, think about when they serve a bloomin' onion. That's kind of what it looks like, right? So there you go. And we won't know the consultant promotion until July. And usually we don't know it to the first of the next month. So I guess they're going to let us know early. And then, I'm sorry, the sales promotion.
Well, let me just mention something, because I noticed it yesterday, late last night, and I figured you might have already been in bed. If you go back to the slide where it talks about the consultant special for this month, it doesn't run till the 31st.
The bag?
No, I'm sorry, not the consultant. Yeah. The grill pan. If you read the bottom of it, do you have it pulled up, Cheryl? You're getting it? It doesn't, it's in the fine print, it doesn't run till July 31st.
What does it say?
It's like the 28th or something.
They must be announcing something at conference, because that's the last day of conference. So that's what I'm assuming is they're going to give us something. They're going to, I forgot today was the national leaders call. And so I remembered an hour after it was over that call was today. And so I messaged one of my girlfriends and I was like, what did I miss? That was earth shattering. And so she said there was a recap of Disney stuff. There was a recap of the Hope Lodge stuff. So I'll have to get that for you guys. And then there was, there's going to be 3 big announcements at conference. And they don't tell us what they are. They just said there's going to be 3 big announcements. So I'm assuming that's one of them. Yeah, so it says July 28th. So
and I've never known, have you ever known them to not run it for the whole month?
No, so there must be something that starts the day after conference.
Okay.
That's what I'm guessing is something is going to start. So they're going to start basically August early.
Promotion, July 29th.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Duh.
Well, and that's
Thank you for reading. Yes.
Yes,
left to right, top to bottom, Jim Foreman.
That's what made me remember it, that when I was doing my notes last night, that I was like, why does that say not the 30th?
Yeah, okay, so that's why. So they're going to announce it at conference for us to.
Do you think that's, well, it does say August promotion.
Yeah.
I was going to say, do you think
They're just going to let us do it early.
Right, I was going to say, would they do one for just 29, 30?
No, I don't think so. I think it will be for the whole, like, it will just, August will be
but it'll
early.
start early.
Yeah. And then I guess we'll find out whatever the August promotion is.
Yeah.
In July, we'll find out next week. So then going forward, here's where you get your phone out and you text me. There's my phone number on the screen if you don't have me saved. Is that you need to send me 3 numbers. So how many shows do you want to submit in July? If you need to, you know, you already put out your little sheet there. So, oh, here are the extra. Did they just like show up somewhere? Or they just magically appear?
I mean, Casey put them there.
I know, but the white ones, I don't know where the white ones were. I thought they were up there, and now they are. That's weird. Okay, so you're gonna send me 3 numbers. 1, how many parties you want to submit, comma. Then the next one, how much of your sales you want, and then comma, how many lives you want to change by adding them to your team and sharing the opportunity with them. So this should theoretically match what you wrote in your goals for July, or I'm sorry, for August. That if you need that little sheet of paper back, let me know. You know, and this, for those of you who weren't here at the, what was it, the May meeting we did, Summer Sally, the planning Patty?
Yeah.
Yes. So we did a little video. You can go back and watch the video of who you want to be this summer. Summer Sally,
You will die laughing.
Hit or Miss Holly, or Planning Patty, because what you do now affects your business in 30, 60, and 90 days. So if you're waiting 90 days to start an action plan, that's going to affect you all the way to like Christmas. Okay, so start now, because there's already what, like 55 days left of summer?
Yeah, let's not talk about
Okay, like it's going so fast.
back to school.
Yes, put your name on that. I forgot a name like line, like a teacher. So now we're gonna we'll do our raffles, but we'll let our virtual people go. Thank you so much, virtual people, for being here. And we'll get some stuff posted on the team page with the recording and the slides and all the great notes. And we'll get Casey's challenge up there and anything else that we promise we'll get up there. So thank you guys for being here. Let me hit the stop. Oh yeah, Laura's gonna share a recipe. I don't know why my video is not working and you guys can't see me, but thanks for being here. Bye.
Bye.